Okay, and the last question is C9. It says measure from your diagram the magnitude and the direction of the velocity of the car relative to the truck. So obviously you cannot solve this if you didn't solve this one, and you can't solve this one if you didn't solve this one. They are very, very related. So this is not a question about doing maths and adding and subtracting numbers. This is just a this is just a question about drawing and measuring. We have drawn a diagram here showing the three vectors, and we're going to measure this diagram to find what they're asking. What they're asking is the magnitude and the direction. So they want the magnitude of this vector. So in my scale this has 40 units, so I need to count how many units this has. If you do it with a ruler, you can say that 1 unit is going to be 1 centimeter, and then measure how many centimeters this has. In my diagram, because it's a little bit bigger so you can see it well, the units are a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to do it like this. I'm just going to count the units based on the drawing that I previously have. So this would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 around. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half units. So in my drawing, I'm going back to this point. In my drawing, 1, 2, 3 and 4 units represent 40 kilometers per hour. 3 units represent 30. So 6.5 units will represent 65 kilometers per hour. So that's the first part of my answer. The velocity of the car relative to the truck will be 65 kilometers per hour. The reason is that I measured 6.5 units. This 6.5 units just come from my diagram. They don't come from any calculation, from any maths that you're doing. You just draw and measure. That was the base of this problem. And now we have to find the magnitude. We found the magnitude, and we have to find the direction. So to find the direction, what I'm going to do is this. The vector starts here and goes in this direction. So I'm going to draw here a north, south, east, west reference. And what I have to measure is what is the angle that this vector has. So I can either I can measure whatever angle I want. So I'm going to measure this small angle here. This is the angle. Let me draw this again. So this is my west east axis, this is my north south axis, and to express this vector I need to give its magnitude, which is 65 according to the units that I measured, and I need to find this angle here. So what I do to find that is, I don't have a protractor here, but what you would do is you put a protractor here in your diagram with the center of the protractor here, and you can measure this angle. So when you measure that angle, you're going to see that this angle, I'm going to call it alpha, this angle here will be around 20 degrees, right? That in a good diagram you should get something between 20-25 degrees, something like that. So I'm gonna say that my angle is 20 degrees. So the question was, find the magnitude and the direction of the velocity of the car relative to the truck. The magnitude is 65 and the direction will be 20 degrees, And how would we say this? We should say something like, because the angle is below, right? We should say it's 20 degrees south because I'm going down from what? From the east. So south from east, right? And with these two informations, I've given the magnitude and the direction. The angle is this one, or it's also possible to measure the other angle down here, but well, that's up to you. I chose to measure this angle with the protractor and it gave me 20 degrees, so my direction is 20 degrees south because I'm going down from east. And that's it.